rolling along this Friday edition of Liquid Lunch here on NEWSMAX TV. I'm Frank Morano. Very, very privileged to have convinced our distinguished political panel, Manny Alicandro on the right and Beth DeFalco of Mercury Strategies on the left, to stick around for a few more minutes. Folks, I have to ask you about this news that just broke in the last few minutes. Donald Trump has apparently sent a letter to CNN threatening to sue them for being biased. How do you, over impeachment specifically, how do you think this lawsuit or this threat of a lawsuit is going to come to fruition? Beth, we'll start with you.
It sounds like fake news to me.
Manny, it'd be tough to argue that CNN isn't biased, but you're a lawyer. Where do you see this lawsuit going?
I don't really think it's really going to go anywhere, right? I mean, you have First Amendment protections, and clearly they're a news media station, so they're news, it's newsworthy, and they have First Amendment. I'm not saying they're not biased, but at the end of the day, is that worthy of a lawsuit? I'm not quite sure.
Well, this came about apparently as a result of these James O'Keefe videos where
Project Veritas,
right. Project Veritas, where they found that they were actually being instructed from Jeff Zucker himself to pursue impeachment no matter what the other stories are. But it doesn't sound like it's really going to rise to the level of something that's lawsuit worthy, does it, Beth?
I mean, he can file the lawsuit. It's not going to go anywhere, and it's a waste of time. It feels like we've got bigger things to be thinking about.
Well, so where's impeachment itself going? If there is a trial, which seems likely in the Senate, the Republican senators are going to be the ones that control Donald Trump's fate. Mitt Romney clearly very much off the reservation, and a number of them seem pretty ticked off over Syria. Do you see any conceivable way that Donald Trump could actually be removed from office? Beth, we'll start with you.
I think that while it's slim, it's moving in that direction more so every day. I think we're getting closer to it every day.
Manny, what do you think?
I think there's a 0% chance of that happening. I really do. I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, the House is one thing, the Senate is a totally different situation. And I think right now, as we come closer to 2020, we need to focus on the Democratic candidates. I mean, the Democrats really, are they trying to win by trying to push forward impeachment because they can't beat Trump one-on-one in terms of a Democratic candidate? I mean, who are the Democratic candidates is out there who can actually beat Trump? Nobody.
Well, let's talk about the Democratic primary. We had the debate this week in Ohio, 12 candidates up there on that stage. This was the first debate that Elizabeth Warren went into as the front runner. How do you guys, if you were to pick winners and losers, who won, who lost?
I think that Elizabeth Warren really held her own. It felt like Biden had a much more difficult time and sort of lost some of the shine. I thought that Buttigieg really got in there in a much bigger way than he has been before. I don't think that Bernie moved the needle.
I'm going to shock the world. I think Bernie Sanders won. He showed that he has the vitality. He overcame his heart attack. I hope he's in good shape, and he's going to keep it going. He's going to get endorsed by AOC. I think he won. I think Biden was just befuddled. He seems like he's from an era of many years ago where he was a qualified candidate and could have won. It seems like that's 20 years ago. Elizabeth Warren seemed confused. She has to review data. What is she talking about? Even Andrew Yang had a good interaction with Elizabeth Warren. I think Andrew Yang got the better of it.
Andrew Yang may end up with my vote. If he keeps promising $1,000 a month to every American, I'm going to be hard-pressed not to vote for that guy. But we'll see where it goes. Any final predictions in terms of where this Syria issue ends up politically? You guys spoke a little earlier with John about where we are on a national defense and a homeland security perspective, but politically, don't you think it plays pretty well to bring the troops home? We've only got about 10 seconds each.
No. I think, I can't say it enough. I think that it was an irresponsible move made by an unqualified president who doesn't apparently care if he makes or does things that support ISIS.
Manny,
that move was a pro-ISIS move.
We'll give you the last word.
I think it actually will help him because it's another addition to his checklist of things that I've gotten done based upon promises I made to you.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun. You guys got to come back soon. You're watching Liquid Lunch. When we come back, Joey Kidney is going to be here. Leonard Kim is going to be here. And Hillary says one candidate is a Russian asset. We'll tell you who. You're watching Liquid Lunch.